Smith, and in Fallout 4, I am Fiona, General of the Minutemen. With me as always is my heartthrob Hancock, and today we're going to give you a tour of the Egret Tours Marina settlement. But I'm going to start here in Hangman's Alley, which was the site of one of my previous settlement tours, and then we're going to travel to Ygritte. Now, the way I have my provision lines set up, there's Hangman's Alley, and then the next closest, there's Egret Tours. There's not really any settlements in this area or over here in this area. Now, my last tour, we did Warwick Homestead, and then before that, the castle. So in the game when I played, because right now I'm level, I think, 117, when I played the game, I unlocked Hangman's Alley, went to Diamond City, did a bunch of main storyline stuff, unlocked the castle and Warwick Homestead by swimming across the water, and then I needed to set up a provisioner line. So the next closest settlement between Hangman's Alley and the castle was Egret Tours, and then Jamaica Plain, and then of course that would connect Warwick and the castle. So that's the route we're going to follow, but it's a little tiny bit of a haul and fairly dangerous, even when you're not on survival mode. I mean, I'm not on survival mode myself, but for those who are, it can be a bit dangerous. Some of my settlers, just before I started making the video, they ran out to fight some mutants out here, so they're just coming back from that fight. But we're gonna go this way. Let me pull out my trusty pew pew. That's the name of my legendary plasma rifle. And we're going to come out here to this lake. What's the name of it in the game? Sorry, I should know that. Chestnut Hillock Reservoir. Well, of course, why couldn't I remember that? Chestnut Hillock Reservoir. I think there's some bloat flies out here. Nothing too bad. Oh, look. I'll take that Nuka Cola. Sure. Quantum. Thank you. And there's a little house over there, and one over there. I know there's a little bit of a story that you can discover when you come here. We're not going to do that right now. I'm not doing a playthrough. Oh, look, there's a mutant. Let's kill him. Now there's also some mutants that were shooting at me a little bit ago. Alright, we're going to sneak around here. We're going to go up this way. And I feel really sorry for my provisioner who has to do this all the time. Go back and forth between Hangman's Alley and Egret Tours Marina, and has to go through this area and past all these mutants and raiders. I try to outfit my provisioners very nicely so they can survive. I occasionally have one disappear here and there, and I assume that means they were killed. Oh, what is this? It's a synth. Why is there a synth out here? We'll take care of that. Little remnants of the Institute. This is Hardware Town. You can be sent here for a little side quest from Diamond City. I've already done it ages ago. I'll take that. But now for some reason there was a synth there. Alright. Who's detecting me? Oh, one of my provisioners. Hello there. I give them ballistic weave mailman outfits with the highest ballistic weave possible, which is I think 110 maybe? Well, look, it's a vertibird. What's it doing out here? Must be some mutants it's gonna go fight. It usually just crashes on my head. That's all they ever do. Let's make sure we're going the right direction. Yes. We're gonna go south. We'll let that vertibird do its thing. I'm not connected with the Brotherhood of Steel in my game. I haven't never been aboard the Prydwen. I've never met Elder Maxon. I did the Minutemen ending. Oh, it sounds like it's trying to crash on my head. Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like it's right there? There it is. Go away, birdie bird. Look at this house. There's a little platform right there. I need to come back here with a jetpack on, some power armor, and jump up there and see if I find anything. I've never done that. Alright, so we come here, there's this little intersection. So far so good. I don't seem to be bothered by anyone. Oh, there is a radstag. I will take your meats, because your meats, when they are cooked, help me to increase my carry weight temporarily when I need it. I like using radstag meat and grilled mutant hound chops. I guess it's grilled radstag mutant hound chops, that's what they're called. So here is Egret Tours Marina. And I kind of like this place. I don't know why. It's just 2 buildings and not much else going on, but it's right on the water. And it's just kind of cool, and I sort of felt like it needed to have a little bit of a piratey feel to it, or something to do with the water, maybe. So everybody who lives here wears Coast Guard hats or Sea Captain hats. My Minutemen guards have Sea Captain hats on, and most of the residents are wearing Coast Guard hats, which you can pick up at the nearby Coast Guard station right there. Coast Guard Pier, I think. That's where I got most of them. So everybody likes to wear Coast Guard hats here. That's kind of their thing at Egret Tours Marina. I'll show you the outside wall first. This is the gate entrance in the front, for what it's worth, because, you know, it's not like they ever close the gate and keep enemies out. Now, some of my settlements I use the shack bridges to build the wall, but I didn't do that here. I made it a little bit more like a fort and enclosed it and put up regular walls. Now there's stone on this side, and this building is part of the marina. Then it comes out here. So I guess this isn't very well protected. Enemies could come in from this direction, and they sometimes do. We get enemies that spawn over there on that bridge. And I used to have a bunch of stuff piled up here to keep enemies out, but it increased my hotbar. So like if you look here, let's look at my stats. You see that in the top right corner, size, I'm almost full up. And since I'm on the PS4, I mean, there are some ways to cheat and reduce that by scrapping, like dropping weapons and armor and then scrapping them while in workshop mode. It kind of tricks the game a little bit. But I try to stay within the limits of the game. Let's see, I've got 20 people living here. Plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of beds. They're pretty happy. Defenses could be higher, I guess. I like to have closer to 200 on some of my larger settlements. But it's pretty good. They seem to hold their own pretty well. But yeah, if this was real life, I would definitely block this off right here with something so that enemies couldn't get in through there. But I've got a guard here. How you doing there? Hey Tim. And then you got the water. And I used to have a railing along the pier like I do over there. See that railing? But again, I was running out of hotbar space, so I scrapped it. But that's what I wish there was a railing there. This building I used as the medical center. I like to have medical facilities for my settlers. These new clinic countertops, they came in with the recent update on PS4. I think it was 1.09 or something like that. I did a little video about that. And this is the Phoraptor, which is kind of like an eye doctor's machine, and you can assign someone to it. which is nice. I like having more jobs for my people to do. I was getting kind of tired of having them, you know, just, I mean, they had the basic shops, and then they had like guard and farmer, and that was about it. But with the Vault Tech, if you do the Vault Tech quests, you can unlock some new things for them to do, and this is one of them. So I guess she's the Optometrist, and it adds happiness to the settlement, so that helps too if you're trying to reach 100. Now there's no way for me to fix this hanging light. It is what it is, and it can't be changed. So it has to hang there and look stupid, even though in real life I would have fixed that up and removed some of these chains and things. But there's some hospital beds, and also I can't scrap that or move it, which I would if I could, but I can't. So I would probably have another 1 or 2 hospital beds in here if I could. There's the chem table.
Yes.
And the little waiting room made out of airplane seats.
I can patch you up.
Alright, carry on. Nope, I don't need it. I'm good. We can go up here, and I've got a guard tower to look out toward that bridge where things spawn. A generator to run the Phoraptor. See, it's so pretty here. It's so nice on the water. I like it. I put in a bunch of mute fruit bushes in the dirt along here. Hey, John.
Yeah?
Yeah. So this is the inside of that front wall. I have my Minutemen guards, which are just settlers in Minutemen uniforms and combat armor. What are the Brotherhood of Steel doing running around out there? Nope, I don't want you. I want to see that Brotherhood scribe. Huh, okay. And then I have Grainne. She's the robot.
See you again, ma'am.
Hello.
Are you ready to depart?
No, not right now.
Actually, I'll be back later.
Very well, ma'am.
For Egret Tours, and she's got, you can't really see, but she's got a hook for a hand over there. Let's see if I can get over there and see her hook for a hand. Because, you know, following the piratey theme, she has a little hook hand. She's just kind of a mishmash of Assaultron and Protectron and Sentry Bot all mixed together.
I'd almost appreciate the view here.
Painted green.
For
That's from the Automatron DLC. You can build robots, and I have robots in most of my settlements.
Yeah?
Now, I don't usually like using the scrap fence because I think it fills up the hotbar much more than the wooden bridge, the shack bridge. But I don't know, I just thought it kind of looked cool here at Egret Tours, and that's what I put up, and then I ended up leaving it. And here's a little stop for the caravans. I put in the tour bus because it's Egret Tours Marina, right? Of course, it's probably water tours, not bus tours, but I put the tour bus. I called it the tour bus. I have beds in here for the caravans and a bed for one of the residents. And then around the front I built this shopping area. So we have a clothing shop and a weapons shop.
Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
You see how they're all wearing Coast Guard hats? She's got her stuff to sell. Little seating area there. Armour Shop. Now I know I can build the armor displays, which I've done in some of my settlements, but I just never got around to doing it here. He's got his stuff stored in a chest, so it's good enough. Good enough for Egret Tours. There's the general store. Let's see, let's go around this side. This is another side where enemies sometimes spawn. There's probably all kinds of dropped guns out here. Over time, you'll end up with piles of dropped weapons from all the attacks you get on your settlements. So the bus kind of forms part of the perimeter, the defensive perimeter there. And I use the side of the building. And then you've got this other pier that comes out along the rocks here. Got a guard tower there. Some turrets. This seems like it would be a weak point in the defense of the settlement, but nothing ever seems to attack from over here. And this is the Minutemen Barracks. So this is where they sleep. The cot and footlocker setup that I always do for my Minutemen. I have 4 Minutemen guards here, plus Grainne, she's guarding. So here's their little barracks to live in. Got my water pumps, purifiers planted out there in the water. Now there's kinda, I suppose I could have put the food out front, out there where there's more dirt maybe, but I don't know. I kinda liked having it in these little like dirt mounds because I wish I could clean up those dirt mounds. They bother me. Like I would want to get a broom and sweep them all up, and since you can't, since I'm on console, so I just say, you know what, I'm just gonna have them be little mounds of food. That's what I'll do. Little mounds that are used to grow crops, right? So that's what I've done. And here's this little kind of courtyard area. Little place to sit. Food growing in the dirt mounds. Right? Alright, so let's go in and see what I've done in this building. Put in a slot machine. This is kind of like a half demolished building here. So you can't like fully demolish it. You just have to sort of work with what you're given. And so I've done my best with what I had to work with this building. So here we have, I made this a kitchen diner area.
Another day of hard work. It never changes.
We have a kitty cat here for happiness. Meow. And look at the coffee pot, it fell down below the table. Are we shocked? We're not shocked. If we've watched any of my videos, we know I'm just not shocked by that problem. Okay, oop, I didn't want to do that, sorry. I wanted to see if there were bottle caps. Have I taken the bottle cap? Oh, 13,000 bottle caps, so I haven't picked up the bottle caps in a while. Okay. Oh, and I put in a salon. So we have a barber. And a poster of Jamaica Plain, which we will eventually tour. That is the site of the brothel that John and I own. Hey, babe. That's our little snuggle corner. Tee-hee. Let's go upstairs. Just beds. Lots of beds. Because there's 20 people living here. Well, 19 people and a robot. Bathroom. Oh, let's go up here. And a lookout. Whoa! Hey there, Caravan Brahmin. And then we've just got, you know, guard posts up here. Missile turret. We tend to get rad stags spawning right outside here, and there's usually at least one of them will be rabid. So these missile turrets go crazy and shoot the rad stags frequently. So I think that's that building. This little balcony came with the building. I didn't build that. Boop. And let's see. This building, I closed it all in. Like I think this was, yeah, you can see where it's still a little bit open there to the water because it's like a boat dock kind of thing. But I put flooring over it and closed it all up like a regular building. I did have some beds down here, and I had some of the workshop stuff kind of spread out. Like now it's all kind of right along here. There's a scavenging station, armor, weapons. But then I put in one of these pommel horses and the weight bench. It adds happiness to your settlement. Those both come from the Vault-Tec workshop. In here, well, I had a bathroom in here, and I think I'm going to put a bathroom back in again. I didn't have ceramic. I was doing some fiddling and I ran out of ceramic. Let's see. Oh, I do have ceramic now. So let's put a tub in here. Right? I gotta have a place to take baths. 20 people need to keep clean. And probably a toilet, right? See? I wish I could move that little pile of crud right there. But I can't. But we'll just pretend it's not there. That there's a toilet there instead. Alright, so let's go upstairs. I imagine that people get used to the fact that there's not a lot of privacy in the wasteland. I mean, you're just struggling to survive, so you're not really going to worry about somebody accidentally seeing you, you know, bathe or go to the bathroom or whatever. I think they'd be a lot less uptight about that than we are. And got some goodies. And lots of beds. In most of my settlements, I try to avoid having like large barracks types places. I like to have like individual rooms if I can, or individual houses. But this just, you know, there's kind of limited space here. So to get the most people into this area, I put in a lot of beds.
Sunshine I can handle. Gotta be a bar around here somewhere.
You're absolutely right, John. There's a bar right down here, and I'll show you that next. Right there. So on this pier, it comes with a snack bar, and that's where I put the bar. I should probably try replacing it with one of the new countertops.
Easy living, this ain't.
But, you know, this fit in here well enough. She's got some nom-noms. A few seats in front of the bar. It was kind of funny when I first put this in, all the settlers would come here.
If you work, you eat.
So at night, after 5 p.m., it would just be packed with people, and they could barely move around because all of them want to cluster around this bar. And I thought that some of them might move out here and sit outside, but they don't. They all just pack into that bar like Bill and Ted's phone booth. But since I put in the weight bench and the pommel horse and the slot machine, now they spread out and they use those things too. So they don't all cluster in there like they used to. That's kind of nice. But yeah. There you go. I think that's the whole settlement. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I tend to do that. I always overlook one thing that I forget to mention. It's like going to the grocery store, right? And you have a list, but there's always one thing when you get home. There's that one thing that wasn't on the list and you really needed it. But that's Egret Tours Marina for you. I like it. I spend a lot of time here. I don't know why. I spend a lot of time building it up, and I spend a lot of time hanging out here. I just really liked it. I thought it was cool. And I brought John here back before I'd romanced him. I had him at Hangman's Alley for a long time while I was running around with Ygritte. And then I moved him down here because I thought he was kind of piratey and he would appreciate the whole on-the-water pirate thing. So I had him here for a while I built up this place. Then I moved him to the castle for a while I was building up the castle and fighting the Institute. Then I eventually romanced him. And now Ygritte lives at Taffington Boathouse. And you can watch my Taffington Boathouse video to find out all about that. I think my next video, let's look here. Now, I probably unlocked Jamaica Plain next, but I didn't really do any building on Jamaica Plain. I put in the minimum amount necessary to connect the castle with the rest of my supply lines so I could have all of my shared resources. But then I went down to Somerville and Murkwater, so I think I might tour them next. I might go to Somerville Place next, and then Murkwater, and then we'll come back up to Jamaica Plain and look at that place. So that's what we'll do. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've done with Egret Tours Marina. If you have any questions about it or how I built things, please leave comments. I always enjoy positive comments and feedback, and I'm so happy that you're here. I'm not really trying to get super popular. I don't expect to be a famous YouTuber. I just started making these videos because my husband and my daughter both play Fallout, and they kept telling me, you know, you build such cool settlements, you should share them on YouTube. So that's what I started doing, and that's what I'm here for, is to share these settlements with you. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.